Well, hey, you guys, and welcome back to my Appalachian Life. I'm Joanna, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. Instead of a daily devotional, we're going to do something different for our daily readings for a little while. And we're going to start off with a little booklet that I have that a very dear friend published for her mother. She grew up in Castlewood, Virginia, and my friend's name is Carol, and she had a precious mommy and daddy. And so her mother penned down memories of what it was like when she was growing up over in Southwest Virginia, I think in Russell County, and then Carol was raised in Castlewood. But it's just so special, and the way she wrote it, you just feel like you're right there with her living it. And I just thought it would be nice, and I got Carol's permission to do this, is to read that little booklet to you, and it's a way to preserve it on YouTube for future generations of that family. So they may not have a copy of the little booklet, but they can listen to her words on YouTube. Now, the name of this little booklet is called Memories of a Country Home. And the author is Hazel Baker, and that was my friend Carol's mother. So she included a picture of the house. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. Of the house that Carol's mom was raised in. And I hope you can see it good there. An old country house, and the kids are sitting on the steps of the porch. So the first page is a picture of Carol's grandparents, Hazel's parents, with two of their workhorses. And this says, Memories of a Country Home, to our parents who taught us the most important things in life: to work, to love, to pray, and to have faith. And I'm going to read the foreword here. And it says, it's titled A Secret Place. I believe everyone has a special place he loves above all others. Do you have one? I sure do. And I'm sorry, but I have to stop every once in a while and give a little commentary. But yes, if you can find a special place where it's so peaceful and quiet and you can just sit and think about the Lord and His goodness and pray to Him, that's wonderful. One of those places for me is in my garden. And another place is just a quiet place by the lake or out in the woods where it's quiet and no one is around, and you just enjoy the peace and serenity. But anyway, let's get back to her words. I believe everyone has a special place he loves above all others. I have such a place. It is a quiet, peaceful valley near Moles Creek in Russell County, Virginia. It's a remote place. A run-down road leads to it, and by the side of the road is a stream of water as clear as crystal. This place never hears the roar of an engine or the creak of a wagon wheel. It's an empty place now, but through the years there have been houses on its beautiful hillsides. Now the old spring house is gone, and kept our cold milk, water, and fresh butter. The houses that remain are fast decaying, and only a few rocks from the foundation and chimney of one remains. Here children once laughed and played while their parents grew vegetables, canned them, hunted game, then bowed their heads and thanked the Lord for blessings. On Saturday, neighbors gathered at the old country store and visited. Then on Sunday, they would go to Moles Creek Church and worship in an old-time service and sing, Hold to God's Unchanging Hand. Oh, I can still hear them sing. Can you close your eyes and imagine those people gathering in that small country church? and maybe even holding each other's hands as they sang, "Hold to God's unchanging hand. Hold to God's unchanging hand." Now, what's the next verse? Something about laying up eternal treasures and hold to God's unchanging hand. Oh, I can just see it and hear them singing. Early on a summer morning, the fog would gather around the trees. Then the sun would come through, turning them to brilliant pillars of light. The hillsides would be so green that they would appear almost black. Large, multicolored butterflies would come, so bright and beautiful you would almost squint to look at them. Such are the memories of my childhood, and this is good, I believe. In a world growing more crowded, more complicated, more dangerous, we need to know there are still such quiet places. So if you don't have a special place, you can borrow mine. Just close your eyes and you can smell the moist honeysuckle. It smells so sweet. And hear the cool rippling water and hear happy, laughing children. And that was written by Hazel Baker. And the next section is a quote, and I think she's quoting her mother, Hazel's mother. "Get up, children, it's time to get to work. Kate and Maud are harnessed and ready to go. We must get the harrowing and corn planting done before it rains." Kate and Maud were our white workhorses. Dad was always up early and eager to get to the farm work. It seemed the harder the work, the happier he was. Hazel always helped cook dinner. Helen and Gordon got fresh water from the spring to take to the field. The cows had to be milked, hogs slopped, stove wood carried in, and chickens fed. This was a typical spring morning with the George household. Can you just imagine being there and living this type of life? So I'm going to read just one more section and then we'll pick it up tomorrow for tomorrow's reading. And the title of this one is called Looking Back. Joseph L. George's grandparents came to the United States from Ireland. Anna George's grandparents came from Holland. Joe was born November 23, 1873. Anna Thomas George was born February 10, 1890. They married on November 27, 1907. Joe, my dad, worked in a coal mine near Coburn, Virginia until he saved enough money to buy a 120-acre farm in Russell County, Virginia. Dad and Mother lived in a log house several years on Peters Branch. In 1920, they built a new house on a rounded hilltop near Moles Creek. Herbert, Deward, and Clara, the three oldest children, were excited with their new home. 9 years passed before they had another child. In 1921, a baby girl was born. They named her Hazel. In 1924, another girl, Helen, was born. Helen had lots of pretty black hair, which Clara, the oldest girl, cut off when Helen was only a small baby. In 1926, on Christmas morning, Helen and I were sent to the barn loft to play. We took our new Christmas gifts with us, the 25-cent dolls that Santa had just delivered. Clara went along to help take care of us. It was a warm December day, and we romped and played until we were called home. To our amazement, a new baby boy was there. He was named Gordon. Herbert and Deward had gone to the Hartsock's barn to play horseshoes until the baby was delivered. Herbert and Deward worked on the farm with Dad until they were grown. Herbert always loved to read and hunt. Since he was the oldest, he disciplined us, so we were afraid of him. If he were here, he could help write this. Since he passed away in January of 1983, we will have to depend on Deward's memory. Deward liked to make things. He made all of his furniture before he married. When he was 18, he left home and went to Pennsylvania for a year to work on a dairy farm. While he was there, he bought and sent us the record, "I Wonder How the Old Folks Are at Home." Y'all remember records, don't you? And the title was, "I Wonder How the Old Folks Are at Home." This was a special song to our family. Deward says he started plowing with a big plow when he was 12 years old. He plowed an 8-acre field by himself. He used to plow corn by moonlight. He would get wet and muddy. When he dried, he scraped the dry mud off with his knife. Deward loved to play with his pet skunk. She had babies, and they were all gentle. They would not throw their scent on him. One year, Dad gave Herbert and Deward each a pig to raise. Deward built a separate pen for his pig. They butchered the pigs and took them to St. Paul, Virginia, to a meat place. One winter, they had a contract to sell 2 hogs a week for several weeks. Deward married Blanche Fields in 1932. He went to the Army, World War II, in 1942 and was wounded in Germany. He was discharged in 1945. Herbert worked in Kingsport, Tennessee at the glass plant. He married Una Osborne in 1932. Like other farm families, we had our ups and downs. We had no bathroom, no running water, or electricity. These things were unimportant to us, for we were happy. We walked 3 miles to school one way, about a half a mile to the mailbox and to the store. The only time we ever rode to school was when Curtis Davis, who taught at Grassy Creek School, let us ride part of the way home in the rumble seat of his coupe. One afternoon, Gordon jumped out of the coupe too quickly and hit his head on the road. He was almost home before he came to himself and realized where he was. So we're going to end the reading there, and tomorrow we'll pick up on the next sections, and it's talking about work time and fun time and church time and what they did. So come back tomorrow, and we'll pick up with the memories of Hazel Baker and Hazel George. George was her maiden name. Baker was her married name. So we'll pick up her story tomorrow, so y'all be sure to come back. In the meantime, you know what you need to do. Keep walking in the light. I love you. Bye.